Every ancient culture, whether in Mesopotamia, Mesoamerica, or the far islands of the East, has a flood story buried in its bones. The names change, the gods shift, the motives twist and warp over time, but it's the same event, retold, redacted, reshaped by rulers and scribes, but never forgotten. Understand this. Before the Dead Sea Scrolls were uncovered in 1947 and 1948, the only version of history you had came through the filter of translators and scholars, men working with limited access to the full story for nearly 2 millennia. Once those ancient scrolls surfaced, texts untouched by institutional hands, we began to see something startling. Key words had been altered. Passages had been tamed, not always maliciously, but often to protect a theological framework or cover up gaps in understanding. But it didn't stop there. Around 2010, the sands gave up more secrets, cuneiform tablets, clay records from empires long dead, and suddenly Genesis 6 wasn't alone anymore. Every culture, Sumerian, Akkadian, Babylonian, even pre-Columbian, had some version of the incursion. The gods descending, the mingling of flesh, the birth of giants, the corruption of blood. So I speak now to you, you scholars, you teachers of the word. If your understanding of Genesis 6 is still based on commentaries written before 2010, then you are operating on ancient ignorance, not ancient truth. The puzzle has changed. New pieces have been found. We are no longer theorizing. We are comparing eyewitness accounts. We are connecting global testimony. We are restoring the record. Just like the myth of evolution crumbled when we discovered DNA, so too will your manufactured doctrines fall apart as archaeology and science finally begin catching up to God. They thought atoms were fantasy in Darwin's day, and yet here you stand, built from them. How long until you realize the same is true of Genesis? That what you've been taught as myth was actually the most ancient reality of all?